people down, making it difficult for the other guys instead of creating himself.
Long throw in there from Maroney as the Silverbacks gained possession after the ball went out of play, much to the dislike of Simone Bracalello, the leading scorer for this team with 4 goals this season, as that one played forward nicely, but able to cut it off, looped over the head and into the back of the goal. On the far side, Devin Deldo was able to catch up to that one, and early in this game, just over 2 minutes in, Devin Deldo strikes for the first goal of the game, 1-0, Minnesota on top. Well, you know, you spoke a bit before about emotion with this Silverbacks team, and a Silverbacks team that has not handled emotion well at times this year.
Well, yeah, you're right, and I think that goes, you know, a little bit to their maturity level. Also, you know, I think early on, you know, a real strong captain figure maybe hasn't been so present.
And that one headed into the back of the net for the goal and quickly turned around there as the Stars able to pick up the goal. Nice crossing pass, and the header finished off. I want to say that was Deldo again, who was right in the middle of it. Yep, Devin Deldo with his 2nd goal of the game, 4th of the season.
Well,
and that'll put the Silverbacks in a 2-0 hole here.
Once again, Stars are showing, you know, they don't get a lot of chances, but when they do, they put them home. And that's been the big difference in this game here. It was great combination play, take it up the side. Couldn't have asked for a better cross there.
We're joined now by Matt Horth, who will step in with us. Matt,
how's it going?
How's it going? Another tough one out there for you guys, but you know, hard-fought game, yeah. I mean, but you know, you guys played hard the entire game. It seemed like the game turned almost when you had that scramble out in front of the net, and you guys just couldn't convert, and then quickly coming back down the field a little bit there after scoring the goal. You know, talk a little bit about that. The idea that, you know, at times it seems this year that, you know, responding to maybe some disappointment for the team.
Sure, I think so. I think, you know, it's tough to see it out there, but again, we've only been together for 3 months, whereas, you know, Minnesota has been in the league 2 years. These guys have played with each other, they have that chemistry, and right now we just lack that. And I think it's one of those things where it's just going to take time and patience, you know. You look at the Miami Heat at the beginning of the season, you know, they got LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh, and everyone said, oh, this is the, you know, next best thing, this is the greatest team ever, and they went on a 11-game losing streak, I think. So I think it's very much that growing pains, that getting past it. You know, we get unlucky, like you said, in front of the goal, and I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. But we can see each game it's growing. We're getting a little bit better. The possession's getting better. It's those lapses you can see on our defensive or midfield end, and it's that click off. That's it. And
it certainly seemed like, especially with Kieran O'Brien in there today, you guys seemed to move the ball a little bit better, especially early on. You had a lot of opportunities in the game.
Well, I think Kieran's a very good player. You know, he's got a lot of experience playing the MLS, and even though he's young, only 23, he's one of our older players, and I think he's one that can kind of change the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he looked to do a good job of connecting the ball, finding forwards a little bit more. So, you know, what do you think going forward is kind of going to be the X factor that, you know, puts you guys over the edge in terms of making that final pass, getting the dangerous balls in the box, and then finishing them?
Sure. I think it's the combination of possessing the ball but also looking to go forward.
Yeah.
You know, you saw sometimes we possessed it in the midfield and even got it into the striker's feet, but then it went backwards.
Yeah.
You know, we need to keep going, maybe go forward, get it wide, something like that. Keep the ball in their offensive third and press them. I think that's the key. That final ball is just off right now.
Yeah.
Now, you also spoke a bit about chemistry. It seems like there's been a lot of different combinations this year. You know, and part of that's due to injury, but part of it also trying to find out who works together, especially in the front. Talk a bit about that, trying to feel your way through, again, like you said, trying to connect with your teammates a little bit there.
Yeah, well, again, we're a young team, and we still don't know the best lineup we have, so of course there's going to be a little experimentation, you know, who works well with who and who really has that chemistry to combine. It's tough, you know, playing with different guys in different positions because you get used to one game, it's okay, I'm checking two, and then getting in behind, and that's the ball he's looking for. And, you know, with a different guy, that's not the case. He doesn't know that yet, so it goes through the process of, okay, I need to tell him when I check two, I'm really creating space so I can get in behind, and it's just, you know, it's a little difference, but it means so much.
Well, and it certainly seems like you guys are getting a lot closer than you have been in past weeks. And like I said, very exciting. You know, at times today, you guys had some great opportunities, and you know, eventually one of those is going to go in the back of the net for you guys.
We've got poor luck so far, so I feel like we're stockpiling that for the end of the season, hopefully.
Is there a little bit of that almost trying to just get over the hump feeling now? Like, you know, it almost has a feeling like you guys get that one goal, you get that one win, and all of a sudden everything's going to open
off your
up.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very much the case. You know, in terms of just a rhythm, you know, you hear teams all over every sport talk about the rhythm. You know, winning is in essence like a muscle. You know, you need to keep working it to have it keep performing. If you keep winning, then it makes it easier to win. You know what it feels like, you know what that work is, you can replicate it. Losing is the same thing, unfortunately. So I think once we get that win, the monkey's off our backs, we have a little less pressure, and I think with a young team, we'll go forward.
You know, one thing we talked about a lot is, you know, it's a long season, and we're relatively early. So,
right.
You know, and there's, you know, if you look at the standings, you've got a couple teams that are sitting around there with 2-3 wins. You know, if you guys get, you know, put two good games together, you're in a very good position, you know.
Exactly. I think it was, the last count was 6 points separates, you know, us from 4th or 5th place. So, you know, that's playoff spot right there.
Good signs going forward, though.
Absolutely.
Well, Matt, we appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, thank you,
and a
guys.
quick turnaround
Appreciate
for you guys.
Nice
but
hopefully,
again, hopefully we'll get the win on Wednesday coming up against Montreal. So a good
Exactly.
opportunity for you guys. Well,
take care, guys.
Well, want to thank everyone once again for joining us. Final score here again: Minnesota 2, Atlanta 0. And again, hopefully next time out, next game Wednesday, 7:30, taking on Montreal. Hopefully a chance here for the Silverbacks to pick up that win. Thanks again for joining us, everyone. Thanks again for everyone joining us in the chat as well. And we'll see you on Wednesday. For Patrick Carver, I'm John Schwartz. Have a pleasant evening. 2-0 Minnesota over Atlanta, the final score here from Atlanta.